Hey there everybody, my name is Keno and we are back with your Toronto Maple Leafs franchise mode series here on the channel. Now, that last video was a grueling 7-game series against the Tampa Bay Lightning. In the video before that, we had to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning to even make the playoffs. But sure enough we did, and sure enough in that last video, once again in overtime, we overcame the Tampa Bay Lightning and we find ourselves here in the second round against the Ottawa Senators, and it's a powerful Ottawa Senators team. Let's take a look at the whole playoff bracket though before we get started with the simming. In the East, we have Carolina sweeping the Washington Capitals in 4, New York overcoming the Florida Panthers in 5, us, the Toronto Maple Leafs, overcoming the Tampa Bay Lightning in 7, and Ottawa getting past the Detroit Red Wings in 5 games. And in the West, it was Winnipeg overcoming the Dallas Stars in 5 games, Colorado beating out the Calgary Flames in 5 games, Vegas barely squeaking a win by the Edmonton Oilers in 7, and LA Kings walking past the Vancouver Canucks in 5. So a lot of games finished quick, only 2 series went to 7. That's not a good sign because that might mean that we're up against some pretty hefty competition. We know that the Senators are a powerful team. Let's take a look at their lineup quickly to see what exactly we are up against, and I don't think it's going to be anything very easy, but we'll find out here in a minute. I think we still have a powerful team, but the Senators, holy crap. They do have Tkachuk, Giroux, Tarasenko on that first line, Joseph, Stützle, Norris on the second line, Kubalik, Batherson, Pinto on that third line, and then Grigg, Kelly, Sokolov on the fourth line. We did take a look at these lines last video, but just remembering what they have is terrifying. And then defensively, they way outweigh our defensemen. Shabbat and Sanderson on the top pair, Chychrun and Zub on the second pair, and then Hamonic and Brandstrom on that third pair. Scratches, they have he who shall not be named with Kastelich and Lassie Thompson, and then in net is Eunice Corposello with Anton Forsberg. So their top 6 is heavy, their top 4 is heavy, they're a scary looking team, but we have to try and overcome them here. Our team's doing good. Mitch Marner with 14 points in his first 7 games of this postseason. Let's see what we can do here in game 1 of the second round. We are in Ottawa at the Canadian Tire Center here. Let's get this one going. Game 1 of the second round. First period. Wow. Trade deadline acquisition. Thomas Novak opens the scoring for us, followed by Calle Jarnkrok just 3 minutes later. And then Simon Benoit, with only a minute and a half left in the first period, puts us up by 3. Our shots are 14-10 in favor of your Toronto Maple Leafs, and we currently lead this one 3-0. And I don't know if I'm saying it right. I keep saying Simon Benoit. It could be Simon Benoit. I wouldn't be surprised about that. You kind of expect if it's a French last name in Benoit that it's a French first name in Simon. But I could be wrong. You guys let me know in the comments. I could easily search it up, but I trust you guys more than I trust the internet. God damn, the internet could be just all AI lies. I trust you guys more. You know I'm just being exaggerating here. I just want you guys to tell me the truth. Second period. Okay, Liljegren adds another one for us. Shots are 24-23 for your Toronto Maple Leafs, and we are shutting the door 4-0 currently over the Ottawa Senators here in game 1 of the second round. Let's see, we're going to slow sim this third period here. Can we keep the door closed here? I always jinx us when I say that, and sure enough I did. Vladimir Tarasenko gets on the board for the Ottawa Senators, but then Captain Johnny T puts us back up by 4, score 5-1. We kill off the Senators power play there. Under 8 minutes to go in this third period. We're out shooting them just barely though. They've now tied up the shots. Under 2 minutes to go. Can we keep the door closed? And we do. Shots were 34-32 for the Senators at the end of that game, but we win the first game of the second round 5-1. Very convincing fashion. Very good way to start this video. I'm very happy with that. I'm going to keep saying very, very excitedly and enthusiastically as we get ready for the second game here of the second round. Still in Ottawa at the Canadian Tire Center here, but I would absolutely love to go back to the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto with a 2-0 series lead. Wouldn't you guys? Wouldn't you guys love to go back to Toronto with the lead? Let's see if we can do it here. Game 2 of the second round against a powerhouse Ottawa Senators team. Let's go. First period. And now it's the Senators answering for how they played last game. Shabbat with a power play goal opens the scoring, then Grigg and Joseph, only 2 minutes apart, get the second and third goal of the game for the Sens. Shots are 14-9 for the Senators, and they lead this one 3-0. So it's kind of a flip side on what we had last game, but let's see, can we even this one out? Second period. Okay, so Nyes gets us on the board. Then Stutzla and Sokolov put the Sens up 5-1. Captain Johnny T, John Tavares, gets us back in this game, I guess, a bit. They get another one. It's currently 5-2 heading into the third period. Shots 23-16 for the Ottawa Senators here. Let's see. We're gonna slow sim this one. I think this one's in the books, but we never know. For the sake of content, I have to slow sim this one. 5 minutes into the overtime period, or the third period, and Stutzla gets another one. It is 6-2 for the Sens, and I think this one's just as good as done, as we're just under 5 minutes left in this third period, and that's going to be it. Trading power plays. No, sorry, Sokolov adds another one, and now it's it. 7-2 for the Ottawa Senators as they tie this series up 1 apiece. Shots were 37-26 for the Sens at the end of that game. I was sure we were gonna still stay dominant, but we're gonna have to bounce back in this next game here. Fraser Minton is hurt in the AHL. That's fine by me. We're back in Toronto now at the Scotiabank Arena. We don't have a 2-0 series lead, but we can head back to Ottawa with a 3-1 series lead if we play our cards right. Let's see. Game 3. Not gonna make any lineup changes because we only lost one game really. Let's see. How do we do? First period. There we go. The Sens get on the board first with a goal by Tim Stutzla, but then Timothy Liljegren, Morgan Riley, and once again Captain Johnny T score 3 unanswered goals to take this team into the second period, leading 3-1. Shots 14-7 for your Toronto Maple Leafs. Very good first period. Very good first period. Very good response here in front of a hometown crowd. Let's see what we do. Second period. Okay, the Senators get back in this game with 2 power play goals, one by Tkachuk, the other one by Batherson, but then we answer with our own power play goal, getting ahead 4-3, a goal by Austin Matthews here. Shots are 29-15, so we're still almost keeping up that 2-shot to their 1-shot pace, you know, doubling them in shots, but we are only ahead by 1 going into this third period here. I'd like to be ahead by a lot more, but let's see. Slow sim this third period here. Slow so far. They get a 5-on-3 power play and they convert on it. Another power play goal by Brady Tkachuk. It is now 4-4. And we are under 10 minutes to go in this third period. Can we get a go-ahead goal, or is this game going to head to overtime? We're pounding them with shots. We're not getting them past the goalie right now. And unfortunately, Dominic Kubalik beats Joe Woll, and then Claude Giroux with the empty netter. And the Sens come back to win this one 6-4. What the hell? What a collapse. I don't want to go back to Ottawa trailing 3-1 in this series. We outshoot them 39-30, but they win by a score of 6-4. And it's not looking good now. I think it's time to maybe make a goaltending change. Woll has been a little shaky these last 2 games. I'd like a little more solidity from him. He's got an 878 through 8 games here. We're going to put him in the backup role for now, put Samsonov in the start, and then you know what? I'm going to take Yarncrow off that line. We're going to put Bertuzzi, Tavares, Nylander together. Yarncrow, Domi, DeLeo on that 4th line. And then Olofsson's been doing pretty decent. I mean, I'd like a little more from him. Maybe we do Olofsson, Tavares, Nylander, and we start the first line of Matthews, Marner, and Nyes. We'll have to see. We're going to try this out for this next game here. Still at Scotiabank Arena. We have to bounce back here. We have to get a win. Game 4 against the Senators. We're not going back to Ottawa trailing 3-1 in the series. It's not happening. First period. And we're currently trailing after the first 1-0. Shots 14-11, but Matthew Joseph gets the Ottawa Senators on the board. Let's bounce back here. Let's bounce back. Not much more needs to be said. Not much more needs to be said. Second period. Okay, so Stutzla and Tkachuk get power play goals, putting the Sens up 3-1. Nyes makes it 3-2. Batherson makes it 4-2. Then Nyes makes it 3-1. Batherson makes it 4-1. Then Bertuzzi and Holmberg score back-to-back goals, making it 4-3 heading into this third period here. Shots are 28-21. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering and stumbling. My mouth is really dry, and my brain is firing at like 1,000 miles a minute. It's crazy. But we're trailing by 1 going into this third period here. And guys, I got to make it absolutely clear we need to win this one because we cannot go back to Ottawa trailing in this series. It's not going to be good. We're going to be sent home. I've done too many playoff videos now to know what's going to happen. Third period, slow simming this one. The Sens get a power play right away, but we kill it off. And we tie it up. A goal by Victor Olofsson, the new second liner. And now we have another power play, and they kill it off. Now they have a power play, and we kill it off. Back and forth power plays. Just under 7 minutes now to go in this third period. Score 4. No, sorry, 4. Score is now 5-4. Mark Giordano gets us on the board. Is that going to be enough? It is. Matthews with another goal, and then Benoit with an empty netter. It's 7-4, and we're heading back to Ottawa, and the Canadian Tire Center tied 2-2 in this second round series. That's what I like to see. I knew we couldn't go back to Ottawa trailing. Oh, God. Okay, Matthew Nyes is hurt for a little bit. I'm going to make some line changes. I'll be right back. Okay, and it is now going to be Olofsson, Matthews, Marner on that top line. Abruzzese now coming in place of Matthew Nyes, with Tavares Nylander on that second line because he gives him a +3. Bertuzzi, Novak, Holmberg on the third, and then Jarnkrok, Domi, and DeLeo on the fourth. Nothing changed in the bottom six. On the power play, I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. We're all good. We're all set. This team's ready to go back to the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa for Game 5. It's unfortunate that Matthew Nyes is out, but he's possibly going to be back for the next round. If we make it there for the conference finals, we just got to make it there. We got to beat Ottawa here. The Battle of Ontario is revving up. Every other team is pretty much winning their series. The Rangers are about to overcome the Carolina Hurricanes. The Jets have already overcome the Colorado Avalanche in a 4-game sweep, and the Vegas Golden Knights are on the brink of sending the Kings home. Let's see if we can get this series done in 6, or God, hopefully it doesn't go to 7 again, but I think it's going to go to 7. Let's see. Game 5 here at the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa. First period. And that's very good. A shorthanded goal by Nylander. Then the youngster, Nick Abruzzese, with his first of the postseason, I think his first ever postseason goal, puts us up 2-0. Shots are 12-8 for your Toronto Maple Leafs. And as I said, we lead this one with a score of 2-0. Second period. Okay, so Tkachuk gets a power play goal, making it 2-1. Then Tavares scores 2 unanswered goals, making it 4-1. And then Norris gets another one with just under a minute to go in the second period, making it 4-2 in favor of your Toronto Maple Leafs. Shots are 26-21 for the Sens, so they're pouring it on, but it's not enough yet. Let's go. Third period, slow simming this one. Can we hold on to the lead here? Sens get a power play, but we kill it off. Very good work. But then Shabbat gets an even strength goal just after that. They're pouring on the shot, so I can't really blame Sammy. And sure enough, Josh Norris ties it up on the 35th shot of the game. The Sens are pouring it on hot. We got to see if we can overcome them, though. Under 5 minutes to go. Can we get a game breaker here in the last minute? No. All right, we're headed to overtime here because it's not a series clinching overtime. There's no need to jump into it. If it was series clinching, we would be watching it in a CPU versus CPU like watch party. But we're going to go here. Overtime starting up. Who will win it? Let me know in the comments down below who you think's going to win it for both Ottawa and Toronto. Because, you know, well, you can't pick who's actually going to win. If you're a diehard Leaf fan, you're going to pick the Leafs. But let me know who you thought would win this game or who you think is going to win this game. And also, if you're liking this video, please leave a like and think about subscribing if you're not subscribed already. But let's go. Not going to shameless plug anymore. Overtime coming up against the Sens in Game 5 at the Canadian Tire Center. They're pouring it on quickly. They got a power play. We kill it off, luckily. We're getting to the halfway mark of this overtime period, and it is still scoreless. We're starting to pour the shots on, and what happened here? The game is complete. And Thomas Novak, the trade deadline acquisition, just after the halfway point of the overtime frame, puts the Leafs up 5-4 and sends us back to Toronto with the ability to send the Ottawa Senators home for the playoffs. Nylander with 1 goal in 12 games, but 19 assists, now has the team lead of 20 points in 12 games. Guys, we're back in Scotiabank Arena in Toronto for Game 6. We can send the Senators home. A lot of teams are heading to Game 6 now. The Golden Knights and the Kings are heading to Game 6 in the West, and and then the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes are headed to Game 6 in the East. We're gonna see, will we wrap this series up here? Will we finish our first playoff round in less than 7 games? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. We're gonna go here. The chance to head to the conference finals right at our fingertips. Can we do this? First period. And that's a good way to start. Abruzzese with another goal, and William Nylander with his second goal of the playoffs and 21st point, I think, of the playoffs. Shots are 11-10 for the Senators, but we lead this one 2-0 currently. Second period. And the score stands. We're pouring on the shots. Shots are 29-21 in favor of your Leafs. And we still lead this one 2-0 going into the third period here. Sammy's doing great, but I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx him. We're burning minutes here, and sure enough, I somehow did. Josh Norris makes it 2-1. They're getting back into this game, but we're at the halfway mark of the third period now. We still lead this one. We're out shooting them heavily. We're pouring on the shots. 5 minutes now to go in this third period, and it looks like your Toronto Maple Leafs are certainly, with an empty net goal by William Nylander, headed to the conference finals. Holy crap. We overcame the powerhouse Ottawa Senators in 6 games, and we are headed to the conference finals where we will take on the New York Rangers. And let's see quickly who is going to be facing in that Western Conference Finals. Who is going to take on the Winnipeg Jets? Vegas or LA? It is that playoff round now done. Matthew Nyes is fully healed, so I'll get him back in the lineup between videos. And it's Winnipeg versus Los Angeles in the West, and your Toronto Maple Leafs versus the New York Rangers here in the East. And you know what, guys? I want to jump into it now, but we're going to wait. We're going to wait. I don't want to burn through it too much. I think we have it here. I think we have it. We have the cusp of, we're on the cusp of greatness right now. We've done it. We've made it past that second round. They said we couldn't make it past the first round. We beat the Lightning and we made it past the first round just to lose to the Panthers in the second round. Now this year, they were doubtful of us making it past the Lightning. We made it past the Lightning. Very doubtful of us even winning in the second round. Sure enough, we won the 4 games necessary to move past the Senators and on to the conference finals. I think we're ready to take on this New York Rangers team. But God, I've been wrong so many times since starting this channel. It's scary. Let's see what we're up against with the Rangers here. I'd love to jump into it this video, but I think we're going to call it a little early. It's Panarin, Zibanejad, and Trocheck on that top line. Lafreniere with Hedl and Kako on the second line. Kreider, Bonino, and Wheeler on that third line, with Gaudreau, Pitlick, and VC on the fourth line. Defensively, they're running Miller and Fox, Gustafsson, Trouba, and Mackey and Schneider. So kind of what you'd expect. This is the first year playoffs after all. And then it's Igor Shesterkin with Jonathan Quick backing him up. So, oh guys, we could go home early here. We could go home early here. But I mean, we didn't expect to make it to the conference finals. If you expected to make it to the conference finals, leave a comment down below telling me that. Comment everything. Tell me what you have for breakfast. But honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited. I think we can do it. I know this is going to be a shorter video than expected, but you know, I want to get a little short one out. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm hopeful for this team. If you guys are hopeful, let me know. Again, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Also, follow me on Twitter. I think it's at KFNO Sports, or you can follow at KenoFeno on Twitter as well. They're both me. They're both linked together, so you'll see them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a blast. I am done shameless plugging. I've done it so many times tonight. I've recorded so many videos tonight. My throat is so parched and dry, and I still have 6 more hours to go. Holy crap. But thank you guys so much. This has been a blast. You guys are all awesome. I can't believe we made it, but we're going up against the Rangers, and we're going to beat them in the next video, or God, I cursed us again and jinxed us again. We'll see. But I'll see you guys in the next one.